Southern Indiana is a place of ancient people and mysteries. Burial mounds from thousands of years ago are all over the countryside. It is also very common to find arrowheads left behind by these unknown people. Crawford County in particular has a very ancient history and evidence of archaic, woodland, and Paleo-Indian settlement. And you don't have to go deep in the woods to find it. In fact, it's right next to State Road 62, east of St. Croix. It's a place called the Potts Creek Rock Shelter. On the northern side of the road is a place big enough for at least 6 or so cars. There are no markings or signs anywhere to indicate what's here. And perhaps that's part of the unspoiled essence of this place. Potts Creek has cut a channel through the solid rock and continues to this day. It's easy to see why people of the past chose to live here. It is such a serene place. Rising from the valley are large stones that don't volunteer any secrets of the past. But looking up, you can see caves where people found shelter thousands of years ago. The only question is how to cross the creek without falling or getting wet. With so many stones in the creek, your mind wanders back to a time when people waded this creek looking for just the right stones to make tools and weapons for their very survival. In the distance, I saw gentle yellow daffodils bouncing in the wind. These flowers come back every spring like they have for eons, and I took it as a sign to walk in that direction. I had chose wisely, with only a short walk exposing the largest rock shelter in the valley. I could hear the constant trickle of water high above the cave, a natural water source at a perfect place. The way up is deceptively simple. Follow the creek bed. But the stones and mud make it a slight hazard in all weather. Inside this rock shelter, you can sense families, friends, sitting in the sand, listening to the flow of water, You can imagine a fire with heat reflecting off the rocks and keeping everyone warm. People talking and maybe even laughing at events of the day. Little kids bouncing around and climbing on their parents. Nothing but the basics that are common to all of us, even to this day. What would it be like to live without distractions? No phones, no text, no job on Monday, no bills to pay. Just find food and water and live. And that model of living worked here for a very long time, maybe even thousands of years. Sometimes we look at the lives of ancient people and say they were very primitive. But perhaps in this simple place, they found something remarkable, something that many of us try to find our entire lives. They found peace, togetherness, and belonging in a place we now call the Potts Creek Rock Shelter.